I am joined once again, thank him very much, the Chief of the Saskatoon Police Service, Cam McBride. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. You recently appeared before City Council, and you just kind of gave the lay of the land, the State of the Union type of thing. What were some of the things that you discussed and wanted our city councillors and mayor to know about from a police perspective?
Some of the things that always seem to keep coming back to us recently within the last few years are concerns around social disorder, the number of calls for service that we're attending with regard to social disorder issues, homelessness, addictions, those kind of things, particularly around downtown. We see it throughout Saskatoon, but downtown is always a concern that comes up. And so just giving a bit of a lay of the land and talking about the police response within that.
And as sort of a related note, you recently had a retail blitz, is what you're calling it. What is that exactly? What was the impetus behind that, and what did you get out of that?
We're listening carefully to the retailers in Saskatoon. We're hearing lots of reported theft going on, and so we wanted to be part of the solution, part of the initiative to bring down those numbers of theft. And so we worked very closely with retailers in some areas within the city, and we ended up laying lots of charges, and charges aren't always the go-to. We have diversions, we have alternative measures, and we're always trying to take into consideration an individual's stage of life or where they find themselves, but respectfully laying some charges too. Bringing accountability to people is important.
Right, there you are, well said. All right, now there have been some recent discussions, speaking of accountability, about the code of ethics, the code of conduct among members, and what is expected of them as police officers in our community. What are some of the things that are expected of police when it comes to deciding if they are meeting those expectations?
You know, we're looking at things like our core values. Do the members that we have exhibit professionalism, integrity, compassion? And then we also think about things like impartiality. Are they fair? And so we're looking at that at the time of hire, but we're also looking at that throughout the course of an individual's career. Things change, life circumstances change, and so I believe every decision I make should be held up to the code of ethics and our core values, and there should be congruence there. You should be able to see in my decisions our code of ethics, and so that expectation is across the board.
Okay, and coming up, one final thing here, budget season is fast approaching. I've been talking about it with some of our city councilors and the mayor. That is a big time of year for you as well. You're prepared to make an ask, as you should every year. What are some of the things you're considering when you put that together?
Well, in preparation for our new strategic plan, we did quite a bit of community consultation work. And I believe our budget should reflect that community consultation, not necessarily in the way that we deploy or operationalize the work that we do, but the focus of our attention should be informed by the community based on what they're telling us and what they're experiencing. And so the budget should be a reflection of that, and I really look forward to bringing that to our board and then to council, and seeing where we can go in 2026 and 2027.
All right, those discussions are always interesting, and we look forward to seeing them come and take shape over the next couple of months. Saskatoon Police Chief Cam McBride, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.